Boy, that's repetitive. It's good beeping. Repetitive. Hello, Bob. Welcome, welcome. I'm back in. Yeah, look, we started this on August 6th, which means it has not been a month. Green screen is not at its best. Well, alright, I'm not gonna wrestle with it this moment. Let's keep getting distracted by it. We're just thinking how many days it has been. Yeah, I want to both celebrate and apologize for that. I am so glad to have found an endless game that I can play endlessly. But that cannot be the only thing we do here, right? I'm aware of that. So I don't have a good handle on what's coming when or what I'm gonna want to check out. You know, I've wrestled with a lot of games, a lot of stuff, and that didn't go so well for a lot of games lately. Look at that. That pretty ship. I landed in this system for a mission, so I haven't had a chance to see too much of what's here. Endless love, endless love. You want the Red Dead? Ha ha ha. Yeah, we'll see what happens when that one comes out. It's the end of October, right? So, September 1st, again, it's Tomb Raider's one of the September games, isn't it? Is that late September? I really don't know. I just have not been scoping things out. Those are cool jets. That small hauler. Still, though, nice jet configuration on the wings there. Whoa! Nearly took my head off there. So I saw a cool-looking heavy fighter, yellow heavy fighter. I haven't marked which system it was in. I'm gonna quickly bring up the break screen. Look for the yellow fighter on the break screen. It's on one of the slices on the break screen. Look for the yellow fighter that looks kind of like my blue one from behind, but also has I don't know, a tail fin. That's not it. There, right in the middle of the screen. That one that's going by. So my current one is like that, but blue, and it doesn't have that central tail fin. I basically saw that yellow one without the wings, without that, so you can see mine is the same ship as the one in the break screen, except the one in the break screen has a central tail fin right here. It's yellow. Well, I found that yellow one without these wings, without the curved bit of the wings here. So it's a much more compact ship, except for a tail fin that sticks up. Hold on, checking something here. Oof. Sorry, update from someone about something they're getting checked out. So I was thinking about that. What would I do if we found the S-Class version of a pretty sweet-looking yellow one of those with a central tail fin but no wings? Would I want to switch? I don't know. There's a lot of cool ships out there in the galaxy, and maybe we should just... Why rush it? I just got this one all decked out. We've got... I did some cleanup. Well, let's see, what day is it? It's Monday, so we had a stream on Saturday. I did some stuff yesterday, and I cleaned up some of these mods. We've got an extra set of mods to stack with the... am I looking at? Yeah, the Starship stuff, right? Extra set of mods to stack with the phase beam and the pulse engine, resulting in this crazy maneuverability And right now the damage isn't showing, but if you recall mention of 3,000 damage the other day, this will show 3,040 something damage when it's in the mood to. The 829 is like the base damage for this model. Maneuverability up to 714, whatever exactly that represents. It's nice, the thing goes fast. It's fast. Pulse mode. So besides those 2 random mission board missions, we're waiting on one of the longer base computer archives. I think it's near the end. We're very near the end. It said to wait 6 hours. There's only 2 left. It popped on this morning. I think we're going to finish the base computer archives. I can't remember what the last blueprints are. I got the landing pad blueprint, was the last one I got. I also figured out is incorrect. I dug around until I found reference to how you can get back to the system. It's really not complicated. It's logical in hindsight, but I didn't think of it before. Once you've done the community quest, even if it bugs out for you afterwards and this optional dig for more anywhere does not work. You cannot just dig anywhere for salvage tech and get hex cores for the community research quest. What you can do, as long as it worked for you originally when you portaled to that special system, is portal back there. You cannot teleport there. I was hoping to. We talked about it the other day. You can't teleport there. They've changed all the rules there, and they may be changing them still. I'm pretty sure they did an update while I was flying around, and a lot of the comm buoys that people had put down got wiped en masse. Either that or it overloaded. I had a lot of weird stuff happening in that community hub area. It's so overloaded. Not only did I see a bunch of other players, but scanners stopped working. Things that were right in front of me weren't identifying. I was afraid to quit and reload in that area. But here's what's up. Wherever you were when you started the quest, when you were first given a waypoint to a portal, that portal stays open. Just open. Other portals should be normal, closed, usable by you. But the portal you got sent to for the community hub quest the first time, community research, that one in that place will remain open for the duration. And if you go back there, you can go through it again, get back to that system, and continue to farm. Although it's crowded and a pain in the ass, there's only a few planets there, and they are just overpopulated and farmed out. What I did was I started running east, and I would go 5-10 minutes of nothing, and then I would find salvage tech modules, maybe 1, 2, 3, get some hex cores, and just keep running east, making sure I wasn't going in circles. I just kept going east, and eventually I had enough to get the helmet. I actually do have the, let's go over to the other side, I'll show you. It's not all that cool. It looks cooler with the lighting in their little sample picture than it does once you actually get it, because you have to color it, you have to pick markings, no markings, and color it yourself. But I got the 3000 Quicksilver helmet. After all, it's number 12, it goes to the end here. That's the one. And you look at it and you think, at least I did. I thought, is that even the one? I had to put them side by side. The little thing that sticks off and the shape of it and yes, that's the one. And it has optionally some markings, a little bit, but that's the 3000 Quicksilver helmet. And it's kind of cool, but I like my 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea helmet a little better. What was the markings I had on it? I got a whale of a tale to tell you lads, a whale of a tale or two. So we're definitely sticking with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. But I was glad to get it. We can go back there. There are some decals. There are some statues. Little blob statues, bronze, silver, gold. Little astronaut, traveler, anomaly, whatever. Bronze, silver, gold. So I guess you could spend another 3,500 more Hopefully not more than 4,000, but it would take like an hour plus in a really crowded space to farm another 3,000 Quicksilver. I have 125 left. Ah, well, it doesn't matter. So the ship is extremely upgraded. The damage potential, despite what it shows here, is at 3,000 or such. I can hold the pulse, the phase beam down for quite a while, and it just cooks. Running around this morning, another fusion accelerant dropped from a salvaged freighter, crashed freighter. Some of the things I want to think about working on. I recruited a few more frigates. I haven't been back to our capital ship, our freighter, yet. I want to go back there, check out the frigates, maybe send them out on a mission. So I think we need to recruit some more if we want better chances. I haven't done any of that, so that's one thing. I want to check out the missions. Not much to it. We put it together, send them, and then we wait. So we'll be doing other stuff after we coordinate a mission. But I want to think about recruiting more frigates, what we're going to recruit. I asked chat the other day, and it sounds like if you want a good complement, maybe get, 3, 4, 5 of each type. That's a lot. They are 1 to, say, average of 2 million apiece. So, the 4 types, you can see how you'd easily spend 30 to 50 million recruiting frigates if you wanted a full fleet. Just like that. And we could afford it, but I'm not sure I want to blow 50 million. I'd rather blow 50 million on a real stunner of a ship if it lands. If I saw a kick-ass large fighter, I'm not sure I'd want to exchange this or buy the other one outright, and I don't know. Exchange would make more sense, but I get attached to things. So even though I didn't love these wings at first, I get attached to things. All right, so the freighter frigate fleet and missions, I want to do some of that. It might be about time to start doing actual base building, play around with making the components, the glass we need for some biodomes, cooler structures, picking one of the spots. We've got lots of possible base spots, one water or high up on a rock or something, and just start laying out some. It's going to be another experiment. The first experiment I learned some things from, but I really didn't do much there at all. Let's actually go back to our first base. Because I don't want to repeat it. It's just it's not much, it's not big, but it's also it's cumbersome, and being under a trade post was helpful. I'm glad we did it, but it doesn't make for a very good base. A lot of issues with that. First one will be when I spawn. It'll probably twitch out a bit when I spawn. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. It's just a little bit glitches because it was trying to place him probably in this pole. I've had him warp towards the trade terminal or fly backwards, and that's because of where I put the computer more than anything. But having all these ugly prefabs, they're functional. Just having a bunch of them with corridors between them it's not. I don't want to be in this base. I don't go inside and go, yeah, let's hang out in here for 5 minutes. This is fun. No, but I'm thinking glass domes. If we can see out, see the world around us, build in some pretty places. Yes. Exterior walkways instead of enclosures. We have so many cool building parts. I haven't played around with them. We gotta learn them. We can pick stuff later. The farmer had me lay down all kinds of stuff, and I did them in 2s instead of 1 because I felt like it. And Selenium, Frost Crystal. This isn't a real farm. This was an experiment. This was also going through the farmer quest line. Even Gravitino balls and fungal mold. And, there's a lot of different stuff though. Gamma root. Nearly everyone has some sort of plant in their room now. Star brambles and echinocactus. So, started another quest made me put down a medium refiner. So we have large and medium refiners laid down right now. I had already made a large base computer, finally coughed up the, that was the one, the base computer finally coughed up the blueprint for the medium and then made me create one to proceed. With the landing pad outside. See, this is just cumbersome. All closed in, can't see anything. Which way am I facing? No. Next base, even if it's not pre-planned, and we're just kind of winging it and experimenting, it's going to have glass, a lot more glass, and we've got a few thousand frost crystal up in the freighter that is now stuffed, and I've got to do something practical about it. I mean, at least pull metals and sell them, or I don't know, but we've got plenty of frost crystal for some glass, for glass structures, and we'll mine for whatever else we need. From the world of relatively minor OCD behaviors, I went ahead and reorganized a lot of the storage containers so I could find stuff, just sharing my thoughts and thinking out loud as I recap where I'm at. A lot of what I do, a lot of this stuff, it's like mental maintenance tasks when I sit down to play, I'd be doing in silence if I weren't on stream. I figure I'll just explain myself as I go along, just share with you where we're at and what I've been up to. So the dense, refined minerals that you get from floating crystals and curious deposits and stuff like that, keeping a stash of those so that I can replenish. I have this top level stack I'm trying to organize. So in our cargo stash, need a lot of ferrite, and although I don't really need all these stacks all the time, I overdo things. It's not the point right now. Overdoing it is not the point right now. But you have these super refined versions that break down. One unit of that breaks down into 150 of pure ferrite. In case not mag, but so they go together. I put them together. I carry the super refined version, so if I need more in the field, I can just break it down on the spot. Same thing with cobalt. Tetracobalt breaks down into ionized. Ionized can break down into regular cobalt. Carbon crystal breaks down into condensed. Condensed. I wonder how it works, because now that I can make carbon crystals and tetracobalt, I wonder if I can refine things down. Maybe it depends on the amount too. Maybe if I don't put in enough to make one of those, maybe it refines back into... I digress. I'm supposed to be able to take those and break them down all the way if I need. Sodium, sodium nitrate, plain sodium, superoxide, oxygen. And then other things, odds and ends. But this first container was for stacks. I tried not to overdo it. I had whole containers of some of those. Just one stack each of those extra refined minerals so I can replenish the stacks I have in my backpack. This is, I need an ammonia stack, but it's meant to be a big stack of phosphorus, dioxide, ammonia, and uranium. And I stuck some chromatic metal in there that goes with dioxide, phosphorus, ammonia, and uranium. Those replenish my extreme hazard protection batteries for different types of planets, for cold planets, hot planets, toxic planets, radioactive planets. So again, I was cleaning up and organizing the super dense minerals, the special charges for hazards, and then I moved the tech stuff over here. Keep stacks of tech modules and microprocessors. Early game, this stuff, you don't have extras. They're hard to come by, hard enough to come by that you don't have extras. You need more than you have at any given point. Eventually you get blueprints for microprocessors. I did not make those, I just looted them, but eventually you won't need so many and you'll start collecting them. And then what do you do with them? Like, okay, I don't have another place for them. Should I dump those microprocessors and start another stack of tech instead? What I don't want to do is fuss too much over my containers, and I've already done plenty of that. So my basics are in 1, 2, 3. If I need to make something, if I need to replenish, and if we make these storage containers again on another base, 1, 2, 3 will have all that stuff in it. They won't be empty again. They'll be full and organized. 4, 5, 6, let's see, I don't remember. 4 still has Walker stuff. Quad servo, Walker brains, and Pugnium. I do carry a stack of Pugnium. Some of these things I carry are because you never know what container you're going to try to open, what it's going to require. Crashed freighters require something, and when you get there you find out what they need. Damaged machinery requires something, and when you get there you find out what you need. So many reasons to carry a ton of materials. Took a while to get to max inventory, and even now, I mean, look, I can fill it up. I can fill it up. We've got a stash of Walker parts, so if we need to craft with those. Speaking of craftables, this is one of the containers I wanted to drop into. There's no real need to have a glass stack. I was just being lazy. I made some glass and put it somewhere. But things that are expensive, and maybe even things I can't craft yet. Fusion accelerant from organic catalyst and nitrogen salt. Whether or not I have blueprints for both of those things, I think I have nitrogen salt. I don't know about organic catalyst. I don't think I have a blueprint for fusion accelerant, so it's not like I can make these. They're worth a lot, and if I need something, if I need them to craft something else, it might be nice to have a couple. We don't need the money right now, so I figure it's worth saving them. Liquid explosives, same reason. I think I can make heat capacitors. They're not that fancy. Selenium, frost crystals. But unless I'm running out of room, okay, I started a stack of them. They're related items. I was trying to mentally organize, physically organize, and that helped organize. These are sort of crafted intermediary materials. These aren't the... I don't know what everybody sells, but we could sell a stack of superconductors for 15 million. On the other hand, we could use them in things like whatever uses them. I think quantum processors, eventually, parts of... If we're trying to make items that by themselves sell for 15 million, we're gonna need valuable components like these. So, anyways, I think I got that from a mission. Organic catalyst, I also got the blueprint for it. Geodesite, I have the blueprint for it, and we've been getting Lemium and Herox from killing people in space, bounties, and when we get attacked. And I've been looting dirty bronze from time to time from depots, so I've made a stack of that and just saving that stuff. Kind of grouped it together. I'm gonna lose my voice here today. I can feel it. Cough drop. It's my bad for talking so much right away. Thermic condensate, enriched carbon.
Message coming in.
Misbehave! Thank you for the host. Greetings. There's that Lemium and that Herox. It's really not that valuable, and I'm on the fence about whether to save it in a box. The space in a storage container is very valuable, and this stuff is plentiful. You're dogfighting a lot, so for now it's in a box. What I had left of dirty bronze, some magno gold. I don't know what I'm going to use that for, but I'm not going to keep more than a stack for now. Lost in space with no man's sky and little sleep. Ah yes, no more sleep. Playing no more sleep today. And I was explaining my OCD organizing, reorganizing, and I think my voice is gonna go. And I ended up with some room in an extra storage container. So we actually have a little room to play with. And, la-dee-da. But we've got so much. I'm starting to sell overflow of things that I was building. Wouldn't have sold off even small stacks of before, but I've got 2,000 cadmium on the freighter and my freighter's full. I don't need 2,000 cadmium. I should get and sell a whole stack and keep one stack. The activated indium was going to be to make chromatic metal. I could pull these things down and put them in a box. Frost crystals, we don't need to keep 3,000 in the freighter. I need to turn some of those into glass and then into glass buildings. Why don't we do some building today? Frigate fuel. I just made some of that this morning. We got to get that out of there. Do we put it in? I don't know how it works. We're going to try sending off some frigates today. I recruited a couple more. Likewise, cactus flesh. There's probably no reason for me to have multiple stacks of these things when I'm not even actively crafting with them. If we get into a system of farming, we'll need a system of storage, and maybe we'll use our extra ships. Maybe we'll fill one of them with the materials needed to make some component. This ship holds cactus flesh and... For now, I've just been using the freighter, it's full. I wish I could actually keep myself quiet on stream. Like, can I shut up and not talk for the next few hours? You might say yes. I wouldn't be able to do it anyways. Stuck. Atlas passes. So, I was initially worried, just looking at them and not asking or looking it up, that they were going to be consumables, not permanent. But they're permanent. So once you get the blueprints for the Atlas passes, I encourage you to make them. You don't actually need to make 2 if you get 3. But for some reason, you do need 1 even if you have 3. You don't need 2 if you have 3, but you still need 1 if you have 3. Don't ask me to explain it, because I can't. Not the reason, the function I can explain. Because you're going to find containers that require 1, like those barrels that I already looted out. And if you have an Atlas Pass 1, you can open all those barrels everywhere. There's extra loot in them, so why not? They actually open pretty quickly. They open more quickly than those boxes where you have to get the window up and then you have to remove the rust. And so these loot nearly as fast as the small boxes. You just have to hold X a little longer as it goes red and then white. So I encourage that. That's good. Atlas passes, and the 3s will get you into doors that are locked by 2 and 3 locks. And there are all kinds of things behind them. More loot boxes. Mostly more loot, but you'll see plants on racks, and they don't just give you plants. You get all kinds of minerals and other stuff from them. More loot boxes, microprocessors, batteries, whatever, supplies. It's worth it. Also, and this is too bad because now that I'm starting to open those doors, makes me rethink some things, but the star seed we got for completing the Atlas path, which I think gives us another unit of health, can potentially bind with something called Remembrance. I could break down this extra shield mod and we put Remembrance there, and then they bind together and we get an extra bonus from them being together. 1 health plus 1 health plus another health from the synergy. But that Remembrance, that other seed or thing, is from the Artemis questline. The Artemis questline that I flipped out over and restarted the game over after 125 hours when I saw that the storyline coming to an end and I wasn't ready for that. I guess we'd have to do that if I ever really wanted to get the Remembrance. And, you know, I'm not going to pressure the story or galaxy-changing decisions just to get 1 more health unit. But that's, I don't know, made me think about things. Sell that cadmium. I wish they would update the merchant system in lots of ways. Because I have 27 chromatic metal here, and then I have stacks here. If I want to sell that 27 chromatic metal, it's in a separate place, it's in its own stack. There should be some relatively convenient way to sell that stack. Drag and drop, select, but it's really not. So let me just make a point of it, even though I was about to dump that stack, or I might carry it and hope that I use it before I get frustrated at it staring at me down in the corner. See how this shows 1027? I have to arrow down from 1027 to 27 if I want to sell 27. There's no way to jump to 0. There's no way, if it's at 0 and you're trying to buy something, to jump to max. You can not roll over. So that's the first thing. If we want 27, we have to... No, you don't have to push this 1,000 times. You can hold it down, but look at how it behaves. It finally starts to speed up, and then it moves. This is the most aggravating system, especially if you want to stop on a dime. Like, I want 250. Oh, I went too far. Well, do I wait for it to speed up again at that pace? Do I click this 40 times? It's a really bad system. So they really could stand to change it. It's really annoying. Please. What? Come on. It's just silly. So I'm not going to do a lot of that. That's why I sometimes will just delete something rather than get a minimal value. If I have 116 million units, it's more trouble than it's worth to get an extra 2,000 for that little stack that I just wanted to clean up my inventory. Room for improvement. But cadmium, I'm not carrying a stack in my backpack, so cadmium shows up all by itself here. I don't have to fuss with that. We get rid of it. So I'm making decisions about what is more expeditious to sell versus the mental clarity of just, oh, get it out of there. Sloppy, but... So as for space, trying not to overdo it, the tech modules have more value. As for microprocessors, I guess we can make them. You know what? Take those out, start a third stack of tech modules. Whether we use them or sell them, they're arguably more valuable. One of the reasons I have so many, and if you're having trouble getting tech modules, I encourage you to, if you don't have the money to blow on them, if you're trying to repair a ship or a weapon and you need a lot of tech modules for broken components, one way to get them is all those mods that you get as rewards that you may not want to use because they're not very good. Mods for multi-tool attachments you don't have, mods for life support over and over and over and over and over again from Nada and Polo, and but if you would all know what I'm talking about, then stay with me. Don't throw them away or sell them unless you really need the nanites. Install them and then dismantle them, because you will dismantle them and most of them will give you a tech module as well as some resources. So at what's the cost of a tech module? Is it 100k a pop? Close to 80k, 100k? Whatever it is, if you need a whole bunch of them, you can rack them up just by installing and breaking down all the crummy mods that people give you. But you can also sell those mods for nanites. I can't tell you what's more worth it to you. So if anyone else is having trouble getting hex cores after the initial 25, it can still be done. If you're willing to travel to hell and back, it can still be done. I don't think I'm going to use that helmet, though. I like this helmet better. I do like the very first thing we got from the event. Worth it. Which? The mods? Like those kind of crummy mods? Get a lot of C and B mods. Yeah, if you look at them, you can't get anything for them by destroying them right there in your inventory. You have to install them first But if you look at things that are installed, I'm not going to break this down, but dismantle, you get dihydrogen, carbon nanotubes, and a tech module. So yeah, if you look at them once they're installed, they have a dismantle value. Most things do. There are some things that don't, but almost everything has a dismantle resource set. And most of the mods include tech module. Oh, boy, I feel like I just... I don't know why. I don't know what possessed me. Something's landing on my extra landing pad. Neat. We can do that anywhere. We can do... I don't know what kind of building that is, but do that anywhere. We're waiting on that. I don't want to go back there. Really want to see how messed up the community world is. If you're interested, let me know. We can go back to the community world together and check it out, but it's just weird and crowded and potentially filled with combuis and not a lot of stuff to loot. It's doable. We finished the Atlas path, even though it shows back up here for some reason. We've been through the black hole. We have the star seed. You can always check in with Nada and Polo. Nada is still bugged. But the Artemis quest line that I was talking about a few minutes ago, at some point we can do it. Part of it or all of it. All of it. I would go into it, if we ever do that all the way through, I would go into that knowing what's coming and having a decision in mind about whether we were going to stay or go at the end. And it would be stay, right? We're going to build bases, we're going to do stuff, we wouldn't want to go. So maybe on that original save at some point, I let that countdown run, warp around on that original save, and take it somewhere else. But, no, I suppose we could do this. If the decision is going to be to stay, then we could do this. We could do it whenever, but we'll probably not do it I'm in no rush. It still weirds me out. I still don't want to get pushed into this. It was quite an experience feeling like I had locked us into endgame. So it's bad taste. So I don't want to go back there anytime soon. Even though it'll be fine. So let's go check out the freighter and some of the frigates that I recruited this morning. I think they're all C-class. I've never seen any good frigates. I didn't really shop around much. I just bumped into a few and said, sure, I'll hire you. There's the Starship Chaos SC2. And there we go. 1, 2, 3 new ships. The one with the ring is the one it came with. It finally repaired. That one's cool looking. Too bad we can't get some of these ship designs as freighters, and that's neat looking. I guess I could land, but lighting effects. Why is the planet's... Is it always like that? The glow of the planet was superimposed on objects that were in the foreground and should have blocked it. That is not mine. So something else landed here. Yay. The owl over there is one of our ships, the Omen of Gravity. I do end up trading for slots sometime. I think I want to keep the small ring-wing fighter. We do end up trading the exotics eventually. Look at how that one clips through. Some of this was not that well planned. I may end up trading a couple of the exotics, depending on what we do. I don't know what the long game is end up with some haulers for storage. They're going to be needed because of crafting projects. Will the game get some new systems that make that unnecessary? We'll have to see. Think there's anything. Maybe we need to brief somebody? Yeah. Debrief from some failed mission from. They didn't make it. Whatever it was, they didn't make it. Entered system. Mining radar failed to detect incoming asteroid shower. Multiple hull strikes. Ship breached in several places. That was a great start. Returned home. It was over before it began. Mining radar screwed up. So I don't have a very balanced team. I can't even recall what I got. Let's see. Hello, Captain Friend. Manny. Hello, Manny Friend. Greetings, sir. What's up? Joyous day for the fleet. I have charted new expedition routes. Hope you're well, Manny. What's happening? Let's pick something easy, balanced. And, how do we make sure? Okay, so. Really? We have 5, okay. 3 combat, 1 exploration, 1 trade. What are we missing then? What's that category? This is exploration. Mining. Is that what we're missing? Mining, and is that like the mining laser failed to detect an asteroid shower and it just wrecked the other ship? If I send this out on a balanced expedition without enough, we're gonna get boned or what? I have here for numbers. What are the red dot? I don't know what the dots are. Is it an assessment of their viability for the mission? Oh, okay. If it corresponds to the roles, why are there 5? 4. Nobody's good in this category, which is why there's some red. I don't know. I don't know. You did not pre-order the 2080. No? Why not? Why not? Not much spending the day off, updating your own PC for once. BIOS update, kind of scary since you have a RAID 0. Yes, think good thoughts, think good thoughts. So let's just do 1 expedition and send out, I mean, we could send everybody on it. That seems excessive. What is it? The only additional cost of sending way too many ships on a mission, fuel. I wonder if it isn't just fuel. If we have enough fuel, then okay, we send them all. Maybe the risk goes up. If something bad happens, maybe it happens to more of the ships if you send more ships. Let's send our best ship, it's sort of balanced. And let's bring exploration and trade with it. So that's 3 ships. Is there any reason to bring any more? Thinking not. We could bring a max of 5. Just in case something really bad happens. Should we just send 3? It should be fine, right? Combat, exploration, trade. It's just a 1 difficulty rating. My fleet rating is 2. Fuel required 300 tons. And does that mean I don't have enough for launched? How do I check on how much fuel I had and used? Because, all right, whatever fuel I had in those 2. Well, it used the fuel. I don't remember the count. And there's different stacks. You can make fuel in 50, 100, and 100 and 50, 100, and one other size. Pop-ups. And 200. 50, 100, and 200. Dihydrogen and tritium. Tritium is very easy to come by. Finally, a reason to shoot more asteroids and get those extra stacks and not delete them. Dihydrogen's on every planet, easy enough to come by. Deuterium, finally got some deuterium. Also found out that despite what this says about just processing dihydrogen and some mentions of using 2 stacks of dihydrogen, it's dihydrogen and tritium that combine to deuterium. I haven't made any, but I did find that info, and we could use the deuterium to make a pulse spitter, kind of machine gun type weapon, and then put a couple mods in. So we could add a new weapon type to the multi-tool. Okay, so did I successfully dispatch the mission? They're on the, it looks like it. There's 3 ships on the board. Fleet command online, calibrating. Speak to command. Commander of the fleet. Expedition has covered 227 light years, and I estimate our plotted route will take a further 14 hours, 55 minutes. All systems nominal. Expect ships. Yes. Red. It might have been... I mean, this has something to do with the ship's rating in the different categories. But if there are 4 categories, I still don't understand why there's 5 dots and what that might correspond to. But the red dot, I think, means they have some deficit in that category. Not just a bad rating, but they had some debuff or... motivated. Oh well, sometimes we learn by doing. We'll see what happens. I really do like this ship, and it is possible we will just keep this freighter. But I'm a little hesitant to build on the freighter when there's still a reasonable possibility that we'll run into another freighter that for appearance or storage reasons we may want to swap to upgrade to. Is there anything we want to pull down? Yeah, let me grab... Alright. Let's do some cleanup here. I take this cactus flesh, and we're either going to sell it or craft something with it. But I'm just going to leave 1 stack. Fungal mold, cactus flesh, star bulb, selenium, gamma root, coprite, arrow bulbs, frost crystals. Let's 50 per. So I don't know how much glass we're gonna need for things we're gonna make, but we can easily just send this back up. So I'm gonna bring 2 stacks and leave 1. It'll be 4 stacks in my it'll be more stacks in my inventory. Polyfiber unstable. I wanted to get this stuff out of the freighter, although I'm not sure where we're gonna put it. We might, because I can make it when we're gonna need it, well, we may just have to remake it. Some of this can get boxed back at base. Cadmium, emerald. Yeah, we don't need 2 stacks of cadmium, do we? So, Ugnium, paraffinium, cadmium, emerald, activated emerald, indium, activated indium. Pyrite. Some gases. Radon, nitrogen, sulfurine. Finally noticed what the gas harvester goes by a different name, but I saw it there. Finally, that's the thing. There's the gas harvester. I didn't use it, but been saving stacks of some of the gases I need at some point. And these, I don't know, gold, silver, platinum, they're not worth a whole lot, but because we keep getting them in space from asteroids, I need a place to put them to get rid of them from my other inventories real quick, without having to think about it. We build these stacks up and then sell them, or we can use them. There are some crafting recipes that use them. Do I really need all the extra uranium? No, but uranium, You come by these metal fingers, and it's a great time to get a whole lot of uranium. And if I dump it, and then... Anyways, we're keeping it for now. That's better. We got some room in here. I don't know if there's any point in keeping these stacks of activated, but we can make a lot of chromatic metal really quickly with activated versions of these metals. All right. Let's drop back down to the base, clean up some of that stuff. We're gonna sell some stuff, and hey, it's Monday. I know, very exciting stuff for a Monday. We're talking about storage containers, organization, and pre-crafting. Very, very exciting. But good. Gonna happen. Glass. The glass seems to stack up too. Is it just 5? We can't just make a lot of glass at once. We're gonna have to have the frost crystals somewhere to pull from when we're ready to make glass and then make glass structures. Nope. Started on August 6th. I have 300 hours now. Is it 300? No, it can't be 300. Steam says 300, but the game, it was like 125 and then almost 100. So over 200 hours in the past month. I've just kind of been living in it. Manny, you're skipping this generation of video cards? I missed that comment minutes ago. You're looking forward to Shadow of the Tomb Raider, though. As shattered as my mind feels these days, such that I don't really have my eye on anything that I'm looking forward to. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I really enjoyed both of the previous games. First, the 2013 one more, but you skipped playing the disappointing version? Yeah, I suppose I did. What are we doing here? The nitrogen salt. I want to figure out what I'm doing with the polyfiber, the unstable gel, and the nitrogen salt. I did have at least one box with nitrogen salt. It's not this one. To refresh my memory on things I've done many times. It's part of why I reorganized it, so going forward I could have a system that might hold in my head a little better, a little longer. Here. Wait, I think I know where it is. And if it's in box 6, then I think I might want to move what's in box 6. Nitrogen salt. Gonna have more than a full stack, but maybe we can make something with it. Crafting stuff. That's okay. Forza Horizon 4. Should be interesting going 60 frames per second open world. I'm curious. Keepers, not keepers. Keepers, not keepers. So, keepers. Fiber unstable gel. That was the cactus flesh and star bulbs, and we have that on the freighter, and we can pick more up. It's easy to get that stuff, so it's not like we need to box things like that. Nitrogen salt is nitrogen, gas, have it on the freighter. We can get more condensed carbon. We've got stacks. Come across it in lots of places, so we can always make more. Unstable gel. I think we can make made from cactus flesh. As in cactus flesh, that I was like, what am I going to do with that stuff? What am I going to do? Make more unstable gel and box it? All right, let's box the polyfiber, sell the unstable gel. We already have too much cactus flesh. We're not even crafting with unstable gel now. Easy enough, so. Oh, sorry. You're talking about on PC, of course, for Forza Horizon. I just was thinking about how they're actually gonna do 60 on the console this time. First time on the console, they're gonna have the Horizon series in 60. So, still a benchmark for them. A nice move. But yeah, I'm sure you'll get better than that. I wasn't thinking. Nitrogen salt. I might actually craft something with that. That could be only the 1X that gets 60. It might. That's reasonable to assume. I don't really know. That's the case. I have too many microprocessors right now. It's just nothing for me to do with them. I've got 20 in a box or whatever. We don't need more. So we're selling all of this stuff. Frost crystals, we're not selling. I can always put it back on the freighter, but I'm gonna put them in storage container 0. Nav data we're actually gonna start using. That's another thing I want to do today. More blueprints. If we're gonna craft fancy, valuable stuff to sell, we need more blueprints. The manufacturing centers, ops centers have a chance when you complete them to give you a really good blueprint, or give you a blueprint, which can be a really good blueprint. So you don't always get a blueprint. We're gonna do as many of those as possible today. So we'll use nav data 2 on any given planet when we jump to some new planets. 2 nav data, secure frequencies, go check them out, try to get some more blueprints. I'm not gonna dump as much nav data as I've been dumping. Not the cactus flesh. I guess we're just gonna sell off some of the extras because I really wanted to clear up some of the freighter. It was choking how full the freighter was. We could just put this stuff in other ships. So we have ships on the freighter. We could move some of this stuff to it. But what I want to do is be a little more organized. I don't want to just start dumping things in 5 corners. I've already done too much of that and had to go back and organize it later. When we have a proper crafting project, we can use some of the other ships as organized storage for the subcomponents and things like that. Perfect. Now, let me see. What was it I can make with nitrogen salt and something... thermic condensate and enriched carbon. We can make that organic catalyst. We could consolidate some stacks, but I don't know what we're going to want to make with what, so keeping some things where they're at. Dirty bronze, Hirox, and lemium. Could make more geodesite, but I have a full stack of it, so until we have... and I don't know when we're going to need geodesite to craft, or I should just sell it. Well, there's something, a fusion igniter. When did I get that? When did I get that blueprint? Yesterday, must have been. Another 15 mil blueprint. That is sweet. I don't have a quantum processor blueprint, though, and I don't have a portable reactor blueprint. So it's kind of like the stasis chamber. I have the top level blueprint, but I don't have the intermediary blueprints yet. Desite goes into that. Cryopump, I got a cryopump blueprint, hot ice, thermic condensate. 1.5 million. Some good money. Hot ice is, I think, too hard to make. If you have the blueprint, nothing's really hard to make. If you have this stuff, it's all easy to make. Iridesite, Aronium, Magnogold, Granitine. I'm glad I'm saving these stacks. This is good. You can make the hot ice from the nitrogen, salt, and enriched carbon. Okay. Carbon, maybe I should make more of that hot ice. It'd be more practical. Let me grab the nitrogen, salt, and enriched carbon and make some hot ice. Hello, Columbo. Anyway, why be organized if you can spread all your stuff all over the universe to make it a fun little adventure trying to find the one item you need and not having a clue where you put it? Well, these storage containers sync. Notice they're numbered. 4, 5, 6 over here. They're numbered and they are synced across the galaxy, which is really cool. Oh, hot ice. It looks like this stack could be 10. We can make 9 more hot ice. Grab that enriched carbon. Here. Or we'll make 8 more just to clean out a stack nice and tidy. Something. Hot ice. 8 because I have 8 enriched carbon in my inventory. Make 8 hot ice. Even though it has value, I'm not making it to sell it, I'm making it as precursor to crafting something else later. We can actually make more of those with thermic condensate and enriched carbon. So if I want to burn through another stack of enriched carbon part and the thermic, we can make more organic catalyst.
Smoke weed every day.
Happening. Chronic, welcome. Let me ask you this. Have you noticed you're not allowed to build bases on any planet when you go through a portal since the last update, and not just on the event planet? I have heard that. I don't think I've tried and noticed, but I have heard that. Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of reading because of the community quest, messing things up, changing things. I don't know if that's intentional, a bug, a temporary situation because of the community quest, but I was able to portal back by selecting the community quest. I finally did a little reading. That portal that's highlighted, that portal on this planet, is the one that got activated for me for the quest. Other portals are still dark. That one's still active. I can now get back to Kaitu hype, and I was able to farm and get the helmet. I was able to get enough hex cores there. I still can't get hex cores out here, but I can go there and get hex cores, and then get the hell out of there because it's a cesspool on the other side of that portal. But I think what's happening over there where you can't build a base, yeah, it's been happening to other people in other places. And yet there are bases over there too. I don't know what's going on. Are people warping to nearby systems in whatever galaxy Kaitu hype is in and then flying in manually and dropping bases to get around the rules? Is that why there are so many bases in that system? I don't know. But it's a mess. That system is a hot mess. So, just gonna sell some of this, gonna box the nitrogen, salt. And then let's go to a couple planets and get into some manufacturing centers. Put everything in 6, huh? Attempts to organize things better. Next base is gonna have, these aren't all gonna be in separate locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whether zero's on one end or the other end, they're all gonna be in about the same place. We tried using another portal though, importing to a completely different system, and then tried placing it. I do get what you're getting at. I have not tried it myself. I have read that other people are unable to place bases, just like you're describing. I have not tried it. I have been warping 2 systems with my tricolored hyperdrive, but I haven't been portaling since the event started. Who needs stairs when you got a jetpack?
Units received. Units received. Units received.
Cadmium. Cadmium. All right. 53 minutes. The base computer will talk to us again. That. I'm still thinking I might repurchase for our 6th slot instead of getting some super fancy ship. I'm thinking I might repurchase the S-Class version of this. Remember, that was our first ship purchase, was an S-Class one of these. And I kind of miss it. It's this really cute little shuttle. This kick-ass little shuttle. So when I see an S-Class one of those, I might just have to buy it again. Will we fly it? I don't know, but I like it. I wish we had more than 6 slots just because I want to collect cool ships. Why can't I collect more ships? I want to buy more ships. All right. So what system had I ended up in? A mission took me to this one, but I had just gotten... This is a blue star, high supply, destructive. Gillet winds, what is that? Uranium, radioactive planet, internal rain, I think that was a virus planet. All the virus planets I've seen so far have been purple. Does that mean that my save is just like a seed in my save where when I see viruses, they're all going to be purple? Someone else might see yellow or teal, but each player on each save is only going to see one color virus? Chronic, you think you know what people are doing? Basically, one person portals there, and then another person joins their session, and they put down a base since the portal isn't active for them, thus the game is not cutting off their option to build a base, acting as if they just had warped there instead. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. There's another, as long as we're talking about more things they should fix. Or things that you might choose to sort of take advantage of. But they should fix it, really. I don't know if I can quickly make a good demonstration. But, oh, that's why I have one projectile ammo in here. Was actually, because I was testing it. Testing. And check this out. So if you have a full exosuit, let me pick a resource where this will work. Sodium nitrate. All right, and I have destabilized sodium. I gotta get something out of here first. So if you have, you do this with more than 150 units of sodium nitrate. This will make sense in a minute. Stay with me. Stay with me. All right, let me put this back. Gotta fill this up. When your high capacity inventory is full and you are taking something out of a crafting hopper, with the new drag and drop system, the way it works, when you try and put something into your high capacity inventory from a crafting hopper, it will fill the stack just like it's supposed to. And if what you're trying to put in is more than it takes to fill the stack, like this stack only needs 73 to fill it, but we're going to have 150 when we break down that destabilized sodium. When I try and put the 150 into the high capacity inventory, it's gonna cap that stack. What it's supposed to do then is let you put the remainder into main inventory. What it actually does is put the full stack into main inventory, even though it used some of it to top off the other stack. Obviously that shouldn't happen. It's not highly exploitable, I don't think, for any, I don't know how you could make massive resources off of it. But if you take that one, and the reason I did all the little stack moving was to make sure the inventory was full, that the overflow wouldn't go into another stack. It only works if the exosuit is full. But if the exosuit high capacity inventory is full and you're using something from a hopper to top off a stack, it only needs 73. I'm going to try and put 150 in there. It won't go. It put 73 in there and topped off the stack. And this is not just a visual bug, the 150. When I put the 150 into the exosuit, there is 150 in the exosuit. It's not a visual bug that it just didn't show it. So, yeah, there's another thing they need to fix. So you get extra resources out of it. It topped off the stack and put the full stack from the hopper. And whether it's a 150 or a 250 or whatever it is, you get the full stack in your inventory after it tops off something. Another weird thing I noticed, pricing, dihydrogen. If you... Yeah, again, this is not, these are like petty exploits. There's no point in exploiting them. You're not going to spend all your time doing this, and it just wouldn't be worth it. But dihydrogen jelly you can craft for 40 dihydrogen each. But when you break down dihydrogen jelly, you get 50 dihydrogen each. So in theory, you can create dihydrogen out of thin air, and it's not really worth much. So I mean, if you're exploiting that to make stacks to sell for units, it's a giant waste of time. But it's there. It makes me wonder how many other things in the game are like that. You craft them and then uncraft them, and you get more than you put in. It's not supposed to happen. That should be an easy check. Oh. 3 planets, 1 moon. I want to go do some manufacturing depots. So you know what? This system, which I got sent to for a mission board mission, conflict level mild, economy adequate, it wasn't one I picked. But let's go back there because it has 5 planets, and I want to do manufacturing depots. I don't think the economy affects the blueprint drop, and unless anyone knows different, I don't think it affects the blueprint drop. So let's go back there, hit those 5 planets, hit up 10 manufacturing centers, ideally if we don't get distracted and do something else, and then jump to another system. You are making stasis devices, and you got an extra stack? Ah! Well, that's better than anything I've seen do. Woo! In this house, we obey the laws of thermodynamics. Ah, yes, we obey all the laws. An object in motion stays in motion until acted upon by some outside force. Welcome. You will ruin someone's day, somewhere and sometime. Soul Escape, thank you for the host, auto host. Greetings. Woo, are you off today? Are people off today? Stateside? You guys got holiday time off? This was that system. Nice. How's Pooch settling in? And is there any immediate interest from anyone? Labor Day in the U.S. Yes. Yes, it is. You're entertaining 2 sleeping dogs. Peace. Quality entertainment, sure. Wait, you're entertaining them while they sleep, or they're entertaining you while they sleep? So I've been checking in with the guild representatives. Realize they're giving money for free or sometimes junk. Why did you just give me residual goop? That's not... Is there any reason to keep that stuff? I've gotten mold and goop from them. But usually they give money, and money is better than mold and goop. That's a cool looking medium fighter. I saw that in a different color. Might be tempted. Free goop and mold. Gotta love the Gek. You can refine that junk into stuff. What kind of stuff? So I'm trying to get my rank up with the Merchants Guild. It's way behind the others. I've been doing a few somewhat annoying mission types because I wanted to get my rank up with them. Worry about it now. I'll definitely take dogfighting missions anytime. Wife thinks you should just adopt him yourselves, but he'll get adopted quickly if he makes it to the application process. Has to be in foster for 2 weeks. So he's a well-behaved sweetheart, is that what you're saying?
Warning. Threat detected.
That's ours, that's ours. You can't steal shit. That is our large fighter that I got the other day.
Warning. Threat detected.
Okay, Chronix the space pirate. Hey, Mia, what's up? Can you imagine how awkward it would be if your pet went on your phone and finds thousands of pictures you have of them sleeping? Yes, yes. Or they might say, why aren't there more? There should be more. That could be. Yay, mold! It's close. Ah. I guess I could have landed us in the light. New Osney. The scanner's not very reliable, considering I just scanned and didn't even ping this building. I have to admit, I'm getting a little lazy about scanning things. Like, instead of making sure I scan every plant I can find, every animal I can find, and I was already skipping a lot of minerals, I find I'm skipping a lot of plants. Still getting every animal I find, but I should still be getting every plant I find. Those are neat. They're very clean looking, very sharp.
Units received.
Nintendo.
Units received.
I've been going into fewer and fewer of these little buildings because what you usually get out of them is not much. Not much. But I still open these up. Average 30 nanites, and sometimes items that are worth more if you get a nice mod out of them. Even if you don't want to use the mod, it's hundreds of nanites. So those, I think, are worth opening, although at this point,
Toxic protection.
7,000 nanites. I have enough nanites to buy a whole new ship's worth of mods. I don't know what else I'm going to spend them on, so they're not in short supply. We're good on nanites. I do want to stock up on ammonia, though, and I don't mind buying it if I see it on a trade terminal in a system like this. You'd think a system like this, you could put out a gas harvester. I've never done that yet, but maybe that's something to do. So you can see I don't really enjoy going into those too much anymore. All claustrophobic. Oh, it's, uh-oh. What was I doing? Not even that. That's just trigger happy. Oh, we're gonna get killed today. My plasma grenades will one-shot kill me, and I have killed myself that way quite a few times. We'll take a mission from this Gek, but depending on what it is, we might abandon it.
Welcome to Amateur Hour.
That was, yes, that. Yup. Spot on. We get raid a planetary harvester. Alright, well, that's basically what we're looking for, except we don't get a normal blueprint under the circumstances. So it takes us to a manufacturing center and then gives us nanites or whatever the quest reward is instead of what we would have gotten. So that kind of stinks. There's another side. There's another issue. When you get these raid a harvester, there's a really short timer. You get there and this scary message comes across the screen about a data wipe beginning. You also get a 5-star wanted level, or at least I have a few times, and it has bugged out. It's been a 5-star wanted level that you can't lose. They never go into a searching mode, or they stay, whatever, it just bugs out. But if you get there fast enough, if you break the door down fast enough and get in there and hit the terminal, it will work, it will complete, and you can get back to the mission giver, and I think it breaks your wanted level when you do. But if you're not really fast, the data wipe completes, and then I don't think you can clear that wanted level, or it's possible that it bugs, because it's happened to me a few times and I had to teleport out. It goes down by 7, then down by 6, then down by 5, and then down by 4. What is that? What is that up there? It looked... Could it have been an exotic ship up there? Where's my orientation? Like right over the hill there. There's something. If it was an exotic ship, we're not gonna get to it. It'll be gone. But it looked yellow and it looked kind of like one of my exotics. What was it? It was just that building. Yellow of that building. As a dish. That's not manufacturing, right? Because it has a dish. That audio bug would really be great if it got fixed. Be nice. Sounds like little meteorites are hitting the windshield. So, watch, we're gonna get this data wipe initiated. I'm gonna run for the door and try to bust it open really quickly and get in there and hit the terminal. And it may not work. I don't know what the timer is, but it's short. So, keep an eye out for a wanted. There's the message. Okay, alright, come on. You don't even have a minute. I don't really know how long you have, but it's not long. So normally you would have a little puzzle here or something, but all we're trying to do is hit download data for the mission. Got there in time, we're good. Data wipe imminent. Too late! But you see our 5-star wanted level? It just cleared. That's what's supposed to happen. Wait. Mission failed. Well, which is it? This is like Dark Souls. You die, but you killed the boss. That's how short the timer is. Data wipe, fail. Except we got it right at the last second. It failed and we succeeded, because it all, I think, happened at the same time. Whatever, we'll see when we get back to him. I think we get credit. Atlas Pass. This is what the Atlas Pass does. It gets us, I've not seen one of these. A cool looking room. But these are the terminals I can't use because I don't have the Artemis quest item, Remembrance. Corrupt data, old data stores, Starseed, and Remembrance, and I don't have Remembrance. That's why it's a bummer that I'm thinking, would be cool to have completed the Artemis quest and then just stayed. And we'd have Remembrance and we'd be able, I think there'd be more cool lore and who knows what else. Maybe it's just nanites. Maybe it's just nanites. I don't know what's in those terminals. Another Atlas Pass. There's a lot of rooms like this. This one appears to be filled with strange plants. What it actually has is about 100 nodes. There's 1, 2, potentially 3 nodes on the top shelf, 3 on the middle, 3 on the bottom. Other side, potentially 3, 3, and 3. So you could have 18 nodes right there, plus another 18 nodes there, another 18 nodes, and another 18 nodes. I don't know if there's any boxes on the ground here, but you get the idea. There's a lot of nodes, and they don't drop just plants. So we're getting Mordite over here. It could take a few minutes to clear these out. Salt, where, you know, salt plant? Well, whatever it is, you get a lot of varied resources. So the Atlas Pass will get you access to areas with stuff. It's hard to say what stuff, because there's a whole bunch of different stuff. Deuterium. I think we should make that pulse spitter today, now that we have enough deuterium. Not the most delightful looting situation. I mean, there's a lot of nodes. I'm not going, yay, there's so many nodes. I'm thinking, boy, thanks for the stuff and the work required to pick it up. Wow. Okay. Hello Games does like their time sinks, don't they? You all have pointed out to me. And I see. Could have condensed the nodes. But Hello Games likes their time sinks. It's an extra 5 minutes you spend in game just looting this one room out. Running past it like we do. But it's a moment of pause as well as some decent loot. Not tech loot, but decent resource loot. Or loot all function. Everything in your vicinity. Yeah. Done. Close enough. What did we end up with? Salt, Mordite, sulfurine, cobalt, deuterium, dihydrogen. Sulfurine, I got a stack of that on the freighter. stand on you. Come on. I managed to injure myself trying to stand on him. Hey, Guardian. I didn't see you there. I hadn't looked down at chat in just a little bit. Well, I looked down but saw one line and had to read back a bit. Had to look a little more closely. 2 bugs have stopped for you. Which one? Whoever, you now have an invisible cargo slot in your suit. Invisible cargo slot. What do you mean invisible? Like, had it and it disappeared? It's no longer accessible, available? It's what I think I read something about some trouble someone was having with their cargo slots. Says you have 4, only 3 show. Yeah, I wonder if that's what I read. Kind of like what I read. I need another cough drop. Yikes. My throat is hurting today. Didn't realize it until I started running my mouth on stream. Chronic, I know he's saying it's just a textual bug. Well, plenty of things to fix. You can put stuff in it and use it, but only at drop pods and containers. That's a bit different.
Toxic protection.
So many bugs. See if I can scan a butterfly without having to laze one out of the sky first. Gotcha! Better than having to kill them to scan them. See what's in the water.
Extreme water toxicity detected.
Toxic water!
Technology recharge.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Hey, Sea Star, how you doing? Wow, look at those numbers backwards. No, wow. Thank you, Sea Star. Thank you for your sub for all that time. I think that means you're out there somewhere too. Thank you so much. Hey, kelp sacks. Well, told me kelp sacks are worth getting. You don't even care about the toxic water. I have extreme protections for extreme situations.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
And plus 15. Double dipping all the way. Yay. Thank you. Cheers. Sea Star, cheers to you out there. I don't know if you're lurking, but... And Monday's about done, huh?
It's cool, everybody.
That's a good way to look at it. Welcome. Welcome. Greetings this Monday. Cool that our laser works underwater. Lamia, weird positions, funny faces. Yeah. Yeah, well. That's not just a woman thing. Switching sides.
Extreme water toxicity detected.
Is that why there's nothing in here with me? Is that why I'm the only living thing in the water? Don't mind me, I just came for the kelp sacks.
Toxic protection falling. Extreme water toxicity detected.
What's the glowing red left over? Is it dropping? Oh, it's just... okay. Hey, there are fish. Shit, there's a lot of fish. Where were you guys before?
Units received.
That is a weird bug. Like so many of them. This is a pretty nasty planet.
Technology recharge.
What is this stuff about sniper stuff? Oh, nice. Guardian. The glyphs are appearing for you, and you're not just getting hex scores anymore. I guess that's good. I was getting none. I had to go back to... the crazy place. All the people in the beacons to get any more to drop for me. Blaze Javelin usage. I've been thinking about putting another weapon in. And we have room for two. We could put Blaze Javelin and Pulse Spitter in, but... That's... Is that on the... guy down here? It is, and how close is this? Let's see what's there at the beacon. I don't know what's up with my throat. No ship? No, there's a ship. It's a double barrel shuttle. Don't think we're gonna want this ship. Voice of the Horizon. Not anymore, it's not.
Hygiene repaired.
Yeah, I was gonna do the pulse spitter now that we have enough deuterium for it. Although the deuterium is mostly on the freighter. My stack is, we need, I think, 200 for the pulse spitter.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Yeah. So pulse spitter, and I'll buy some mods for it. And we have room for another weapon if we want, and some mods for it. Rah! Crystals, organic hide, and horns. Does that mean the alien rifles come in more than one appearance? Are there variations on it? Or is there just one appearance? Kind of like the squid ships. They all look the same, right? Except for color. Which is a very cool and unique design. But there aren't variations of it. Wait, hold on. Did I miss something here? Where's the beacon? Weird, that's in the ship. Clearly downed by an attack from a superior vessel, the ship's interior is a charred mess of burnt metal and debris. Feels like it could fall apart at any moment. Craft shudders as I head into the cockpit where its black box projects footage of the ship's purpose and final moments. A diplomatic vessel attacked by a vigilante warrior race. Wars have been started by less. This craft is likely sorely missed by its people. But then let's boost the signal. Maybe they'll reward us. I don't think that's how it works, but... Oh, I receive a reward instantly. Hopefully the pilot's people will find it and give the traitor a fitting burial. 800 units. Wow, big spenders. Big spenders. The first critter we've seen on this world. Hey, cool looking. Check it out. Got like a peacock tail on a knot raptor. Chronic, yes, both pistol and rifle configs. Jay, the same with experimental. They also come with different visuals based on where you find them. You had an A-class experimental previously that had black crystal jutting out of the back. Guardian says, your crystal acts like the weapon end. Oh man, I hope I get to see some of those. I mean, in-game, I hope I stumble onto one sometime. That would be... Ooh, whoa. Ah, we leaving now? The storm clears. I see how it is. Another nice thing about putting in not just 3 pulse engine mods, but putting an additional 3 pulse engine mods in. With 6 pulse engine mods, you don't have to refuel that pulse engine as often. Much faster. I've also decided I think I like the middle pad the best because then you can stand on your own ship and watch the other pads. You don't have to move around to get a view of the other pads. I don't know why I didn't see that more clearly right away. You can stand up on the buildings sometimes too, but from here you can see all the other pads. You found a jumping ball with many tentacles? It won't be your last. There's a lot of funny hopping things. Hopping gumdrop blob-like creatures. Yep. Report success. Nanites. I really wanted to go blueprint hunting, and instead he gave us a manufacturing facility that we couldn't get a blueprint from. But it's all good. Nanites are good. Let's not take missions from NPCs while we're trying to do this.
Protection. Falling.
And let's hope this doesn't take us back to the one we already did. Although since we did it for a mission, it might still let us use the terminal for a possible blueprint. A lot of jumping pineapples, gumdrops, pineapples, and bouncing penises. The galaxy is full of them. I think our vertical takeoff from trade outposts could stand to be a little more vertical so we don't crash into things. I crash into things all the time. I don't know if this is the same one. It's really nearby. It could be the same one. The weirdest one you've ever been to. What's the least weird one you've ever been to then? What's the most normal one you've been to?
Toxic protection. Falling.
Well, Jay, let me tell you. Warning, product formula unselected. We got almost every word. Look at that. Oh, wow, we can read it. Warning, product formula unselected. Assign formula. Gek something Federation loses units. Nevertheless, that's not much of a clue. Which do we choose? Assign formula. Formula unselected. The alarm has rebooted the facility. An automated startup routine is running. 3 chemical symbols flash on screen. A metal, catalyst, and an organic. Machines around me hum as they warm up. Most normal. I'm not sure I have, Oh, you're talking about the orgy. Yeah. Thought you were gonna help here. Choose the organic compound, the catalyst, or the metal. Even with all the words translated, I'm not sure that helps us determine which one might have the best result. Catalyst rewards me with the product formula. That's what we want. Herox. Okay. We get a lot of Herox from shooting ships in space.
Toxicity detected.
But that's still cool. What we want. The more blueprints we get, even the ones we don't need, the more likely it is we get blueprints we need later. So it may not be a quantum processor, but it's one blueprint closer to a quantum processor.
Toxic protection. Falling. Units received.
Supposed to take a picture of a manufacturing facility. What was it I was supposed to take a picture of? Please show me a manufacturing facility. Hard to remember what you've been tasked with taking pictures of unless you go straight there. We also had a kill sentinels.
Alert. Navigational data received. Technology recharge.
That one may have been one that had no wrong answer. It may have been one that just gave you a different blueprint based on the response. That is possible. Still glad. I mean, we got a blueprint, whatever the reason. Bye, doggo. Oh, God, I got killed earlier when a sentinel flew into my face as I was launching a grenade at a door. So the grenade hit the sentinel that was right in front of me, and I died because one-shot kill with my stupid, powerful plasma grenades. That's enough? Cool. You found me! Let's go to the space station and we'll take our first break up there. Go turn these in and... we're just gonna call this 2 manufacturing depots on this planet. I don't want to mess with getting to another one and finding it's the previous one that's empty because of the quest. So we want this to break before we go up into space, otherwise we'll get cops on us. And there's some free loot, so we're stopping again. Hope the Sentinels don't find us here. They will. If you find an ancient ruin just because you don't have a waypoint for it, doesn't really matter. Ruin is a ruin. And the chest with loot is a chest with loot. So it's one of the things I really enjoy about just flying around planets is that if you're patient and you're flying around planets, we don't have to dig. You will find stuff. I mean, you can find ruins and monoliths and plaques and everything else. Resource depots and manufacturing centers. Big bucks. No whammies. Preserved Guru tree bulbs. Worth 192k. I get more for scanning an animal. Nevertheless, we'll take it. Huh, that's a weird one. The multi-tool. Alright, that noise. That noise. So I do have in mind for us to go 6 hours today, 4 more hours today. My throat is not as sure, but either way, I'm taking a break, then we'll go another couple hours and we'll see. I don't know what's up. I don't think I'm getting sick, so I'm not quite sure why my throat's so raw. I realized I ran my mouth like crazy at the beginning of the stream, but I've been drinking water and which are not for nanites, I might be doing because it's kill pirates, and that's just fun. Or it might be because I want the guild rep to go up, like this last one. Kill the Sentinels for a relatticed art crystal. I did that because I want the Merchants Guild rep. Not because I wanted a relatticed art crystal. There we go, ranked up. The Merchants Guild, so we might have the occasional better mission from them available. Here where we're at with the milestones before we break. Getting close to another rank of extreme survival. One more warp for rank 9. Exploration. And a few more planets. Need to max out discoveries of fauna. Gek Lavas, Trade Lord. 200 words plus. Vikeen, we're getting there. 18. Commandant, or to Templar. Only 96 words. Korvax, Traveler of the Atlas, 200 plus words. Merchants Guild, the weakest one for me here. The farming and earning, but not much standing. Mercenary Guild, we're getting close to Exalted. Pirates, Sentinels, lots of missions. Explorer, getting close to Exalted. Warp some more. Just check boxes, just little things. Speaking of traveling around planets, you really haven't had to do much of it. It turns out the location you picked for your base has a ton of stuff around it. Artifacts, trade, manufacturing posts, etc., and ruins all within 1K. How does that work with the manufacturing posts? Do they replenish, respawn? Why, having those things near your base, how is that advantageous? Don't they stay completed? But that's cool that there's so much stuff near it.
You guys are my best friends. We figure things. We've always been together. We're four of a kind, having fun all day, palling around and laughing away. Just best friends. Best friends are we. I love you guys.
Cyanak, thank you. Sub year sub. Yeah, it's 1 year, that magical 1 year. Cheers and keep up. You be always my favorite streamer. Crawls back to lurk. Hey, yeah. Cyanak, they're gone. Thank you so much for all your support. I'm glad you're still having a good time out there. Chronic, you're slacking on Explorers, Guardian on Merchants and Gek. Yeah, long ways to go for some. I mean, there's so much to a crew. Thank you. Hey, to the crew, to all you in the crew. Thank you guys. You're awesome. Where's my right side hug button? Hugs for everyone. Cheers, Cyanak. Cheers, you all. See you in 10 minutes. Let me take a break. See you in a few.